Hey y'all! Hey friends, what's up friends? Cut the noise and welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Ki, or what I like to say, Brown Sugar Babe. Seriously though, I'm so happy to be back talking to y'all again. I just had a wonderful birthday recently. You watched the episode where it talks about the 5 lessons that I've learned, and I'm just feeling great, but at the same time feeling a little stressed because I'm making some changes in my life. I'm still dealing with some grief, a lot of grief, but I'm blessed and I'm thankful to God that I'm able to talk to y'all about everything that's going on with me. So let's jump on into Music with Ki. So that wonderful song, that great melody, that awesome sweet music you just heard is Nights Like This by Kiana featuring Ty Dolla $ign. And I really like that song because it just has a good feel to it. It makes me want to roll my windows down in the middle of the night and just ride. Like, I really love that song. It's pretty beautiful. And it really connects to our topic for today, and I'll tell you how a little bit later. So Nights Like This, Kiana, who just had a baby, by the way, okay? So cute. Featuring Ty Dolla $ign. So check that song out and tell me what you think. And I'm sure some of you have probably already heard it already because it's on her most recent, I think it's an EP or album, I'm not sure. But I enjoyed it, so I want to share it with you. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and cut the noise and stop playing. Let me give y'all a little background. Today's topic, first of all, cut the noise. Today's topic is about showing up. There is value in showing up. Recently, I actually tweeted something that sparked this idea in my brain to do an episode about showing up for people. Lately, we've been talking a lot about self-care, self-care, self-care. Well, showing up for people will unequivocally influence your relationships and make you feel a lot better, and you'll have more people to confide in because you are giving life and pouring into the relationships that you have. So let's talk about the value in showing up. I've had a lot of experiences with people who do not show up for me. I will attend their events, go where they trying to go, show up to birthdays, show up to dinners, talk to them about their stuff, answer the phone, call them back, text you, all that jazz. And then when it's time to show up for me, I'm looking for, where's one? Can I get one? Can I get two? Help me, Lord. So I just really want to talk about this because we need to show up for people, and I just think it adds value to your life. These are really big today. It adds value to your life to show up for people. Please don't get distracted by the fact that one of my wonderful nails has no polish on it because of the crazy week that I've had, but it's fine. Showing up. There is ministry in your presence. So here's what the background goes. When I first lost my brother, I honestly was in a daze and kind of just walking around like a zombie. And I would I just started after, when I got back into DC, and I was here for a while, and I was getting back to work and trying to get a new normal, but like a routine going again. I started to just show up to work, show up to people's events, just show up. And I realized that there was ministry in showing up. So me making my presence known, me putting myself out there even though I was in such a dark place, was such a beneficial part of my life at that time. And even now, like some days when I am not feeling my best, I still just show up for work. I still just show up for people and see what happens from there. So let's talk about 3 things that showing up does for you and for your relationships. 3 things that showing up does for you and it does for your relationships. Number 1, showing up, your presence announces and shows people that you can be trusted. Number 1, it shows people that you can be trusted. If you are someone that says, I'm coming to this, or I'll be there, and then you don't show up, you can't be trusted by that person. They're going to look to you, and every time you say you're going to do something, you're going to have to prove that you can actually do it. I like relationships where when somebody says they'll be there, they show up. When somebody says they'll be available, they'll be available. And if they're not available, they let me know. They don't just have me waiting and looking confused and wondering where you are, or you just don't respond. This generation is odd in that way. Ghosting people isn't okay to me. Personally, I don't think it's okay. Unless it's an unhealthy, toxic situation. But I just feel like give people the courtesy of saying what's up. So showing up shows people that you can be trusted. Number 2, showing up shows people that you think they matter to you. I don't know if you've ever had a friend where you felt like you truly mattered to them, or had a person in your life that made you feel like you mattered. Maybe it was when you were younger, maybe since you've been older, but they made you feel like you mattered. Part of your job on this earth is to influence people and put light in their lives. And if you have a friend that is expecting you to show up, whether it be an event, whether it be to show up in their lives when they're having a crisis, whether it be a phone call, show up. Show up. Show people that they're valuable to you. Because with the recent situations that have been happening, with the most recent loss of Nipsey Hussle and the deaths and the losses I've had in my life, and I'm sending condolences to all these families that are constantly losing people. Showing people that they matter is at an all-time high. We gotta do that. Because you know how you feel when somebody shows you that you matter, or the first time you realize that somebody really cared about you. So think about that. Show people they matter. Showing up shows people that they matter. Number 3, when you show up, you are giving life, literal life, to your relationships, whether it be platonic or romantic. You're giving literal oxygen. You're pumping blood. You're giving an infusion to your relationships by showing up. Because nobody wants a friend, nobody wants a relationship from a person who never shows up for them. Whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, you're unavailable all the time. Nobody wants that. And I know we all got stuff going on, y'all. I know. I know. You know, with all the deaths that I've had in my family, with my job, you know, being an educator is so much all the time, with Kickin with Key, with all the things that are happening right now for me, I understand not being able to be at everything. But showing up is not just about your physical presence. Showing up is about being emotionally available for the people in your lives. So therefore, you need to keep in mind these 3 things. Showing up shows you can be trusted. Showing up shows the people in your life that you think they matter, which is undervalued. People don't realize how important that is. And number 3, it gives literal life to your relationships. It helps you to grow closer to people. And to be honest, good friendships are a good part of self-care. You thought I couldn't bring it back to self-care, but I always do. Good friendships, healthy friendships, that's really what I mean. Healthy friendships are a critical part of your self-care because you can't always carry the load by yourself. So you got to show up for people, and then hopefully, prayerfully, lovingly, they will show up for you too. Now, here's a disclaimer. I wanted to tell you all 3 of them first before I told you the disclaimer, because I don't want you to get discouraged, because I have to tell you this. And I'm going to treat you like I treat my kids. Is that okay? My students. Okay. So when a student gets in, like, you know, makes a mistake, and I'm going to have to give them consequences after we talk through it and we work it out, I always say, what I'm about to tell you is going to be very difficult to hear. And you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say. Are you going to be able to handle it? And then they answer. Usually, you know, they look apprehensive, but they say yes. So I'm going to ask you, what I'm about to tell you is going to be difficult. Do you think you're going to be able to handle it? Your answer is yes. All right, let's move forward. So the disclaimer is that showing up for people will not always be reciprocated. And honestly, that has been the hardest thing for me, because I'll show up for someone, and then when it's time for them to show up for something for me, or emotionally or physically, People are ghosts. You like, where they at though? Busy on Instagram, on Facebook with other people, hanging out with other people. So just know that it won't always be reciprocated. Allergies. But what your job is to do what you know is right, even when other people are not necessarily doing what you feel is right. So keep those 3 things in mind. Show up for people. There is value in ministry and blessings and showing up. So show up and show out. I don't know if you ever known that, but you gotta do it. So I know you can do it, y'all. I know it. I know that y'all can do it. It's not always easy, but I know it can be done. So I want you to show up. Okay? And that was Cut the Noise, because you want to show up. Go and cut the noise and show up. And if somebody wants to produce that song, it's available. Okay? So just let me know. Anyway, now the last segment is called the dedication. And remember, we dedicate the shows to people and causes. And so today, I want to dedicate this particular episode to every person that's shown up for me. I love you. I appreciate you, especially with everything has happened. I want to give a special shout out to the people that have shown up for me during my grieving process. I've had coworkers, I've had friends, of course, family that surrounded me during that time. And I love you and I thank you. And this was another episode of Kickin' It with Ki, and it's about the value of showing up. And I know y'all can show up. Show up for the people in your lives. I hope that you're cutting the noise and you're living your best life. I didn't want to make this episode too long, but I want you to have a great week. I love you. And remember to tune in and subscribe so that you can also see my new unboxing video. I already have one out. So if you're interested in seeing another, make sure that you're subscribed and you're tuning in. And I think I want to jam out to this song if it'll allow us. Maybe not, because you know technology really doesn't like me. But that's okay, because Nights Like This by Kaylani is such a great groove. I know you'll go and find it. I love y'all, friends. Cut the noise. And also, isn't this shirt super cute? I love supporting Black-owned businesses and small businesses and going to festivals and buying stuff. Anyway, love y'all. Spring is here. I'm so happy because, you know, I'm a spring baby. Bye-bye.